Hello, this is an overview of LeadMaster's Visual Visitor. When you first log in, you're going to be brought to your dashboard. In your dashboard, you'll see an overview of the information within the system. You can see here along the top a way to filter what you see on this page based on whether you have multiple domains. You can choose to see a specific date range. You can choose only to see companies, or if you uncheck it, you can choose to see ISPs as well. And once you finish, you simply update your dashboard and it will reflect the changes that you have set. Along the top here, you see the identified company number, the email visitors, form capture visitors, and the page views. In this box here, we have latest visitors, which shows the latest 5 visitors. You can also choose to show more, which would give you a few more in the latest visitors. If you want to see more details on the particular visitor, you can choose to click this little arrow here or simply click the name. When you click on it, you'll be brought to a page that contains more information on that visitor. Along the top information here, we have the visitor name, the date they visited, where they are located, and if they have been brought by another search engine, the keyword, as well as the source of the referring site. Along here, we have several different tabs. The first one says company information, and it includes additional company information. This information contains a time, if they have a domain, what that domain name is, the location, the first page that they viewed on your website, possible revenue, as well as their IP address, and again the source or keywords used to refer them to your page. Next, we have these Pages Viewed tab. This Pages Viewed tab shows a history of the pages that they viewed on your website. Next to this, we have a Page Views Summary, which is simply an itemized list of the pages and how many times they viewed it. Next, we have this Research tab, which shows multiple links to various sources that you can use to research this visitor, such as Google, data.com, and so forth. Next, we have Contacts. Underneath of the contacts, we have a list of possible contacts from this particular visitor. This is useful for determining if this person is a useful fit for your company, who you can contact, and how you can get in touch with them. With their name, the title, as well as an email or a phone number if it's listed. Next, we have keywords. This will show any keyword that brought them to your website if they were searching in a search engine. This is useful for SEO purposes. Along the top here, we have Tag, Google, and CRM. Click on the tag if you want to tag this prospect by adding your information that you have researched on them so that you know a little bit more and you can customize what you know about this person in case they are return visitors. You can give a particular address and so forth. And once you have this updated, you can simply update this prospect and it will reflect those changes. You see here Google. This is simply to do a Google search for this particular company or visitor. And this CRM, this will send this contact information to your CRM that you have integrated into this system. If they are a good fit for your company and your CRM, you would want to send it to your CRM once you have that CRM integration set up. You can decide also to set this particular visitor as an ISP. If this were AT&T Uverse, you know that this is actually the ISP that your real visitor is using instead of your actual visitor. It's useful to set certain things that you know as an ISP so that you don't get continual notifications or clog up the system with incorrect information. You can choose to forward this information to your particular marketing person. You can add this person to you, this visitor to your watch list if you so choose. You can exclude this visitor from a list so that you can add it to your exclude list so that you do not get updates from them. Over here we have the site traffic overview, which charts the unique visitors compared to the companies visited, as well as the page views. You see here latest keywords. For SEO purposes, your web developer may want to know what keywords are bringing visitors to your website. You also have a map here that shows the recent visits and where they are located on the map. And you have a most active visiting companies chart showing which companies are most active on your particular website. Underneath of the dashboard in this menu here, we have leads. When you click on leads, you have the opportunity to search leads, and you simply type in whatever term you are wanting to search right here. You choose what field you want to search within, whether you want to search for a particular company or a country and so forth. You can choose a specific date range. And again, you can choose whether you want to include ISPs or only show companies. So let's say that we want to search for Comcast within company, and let's say the last 30 days. And let's leave this checked here. Let's run the query, and you can see that there are none that contain Comcast within the company field and this date range that are only companies that are legitimate visitors. If you unselect this, this will include ISPs, and run the query again, and we can see that as Comcast is an ISP, you now see that list of ISPs. You can choose to export this information in a CSV file or an Excel file. You can choose to widen the list here, and you can even filter this by whichever terms you would prefer, such as let's look for all of them from Texas, and this will show them from Texas. You can once again get to the company details or the ISP details by clicking on that magnifying glass. Form capture, email, and reporting will have their own videos. Under the analytics menu, we have the overview, where we see site traffic overview with a similar chart that we've seen before with unique visitors, companies identified, and the page views divided by the days. You also see the first-time visitors versus the return visitors, those who are first visiting your website for the first time or those who keep coming back. We have the engaged versus bounced. Those who have been, are the bounced visitors are those who land on a specific page and then leave your website, versus those who are engaged are those who stay on your website and click through multiple pages. We also see the referral versus direct visitors, those who have directly come to your website versus those who have come from another website, such as a search engine. We also have a visitor location overview that shows you a geographic map of where your visitors are coming from and how many within that area. Underneath of the overview, we have location, which gives more details about that. We have, once again, the overview map. We have here unique visitors by country, which tells you how many visitors, how many unique visitors are in this country and the percentage of that compared to other visitors. The same chart for unique visitors by continent, The North American continent has 1407 visitors, and it's roughly about 80% of the visitors. Next to this, we have unique visitors by city, where you can see how many unique visitors have visited your website from this particular city, as well as the percent. When you click on the magnifying glass in any of these charts, you'll be brought to another chart that tells you a little bit more information about unique visitors page views. Underneath of location, we have device, where you can see a chart of the top browsers as well as the top operating systems that are used by your visitors. We have a unique visitors by browser family, which tells you how many visitors have used various browser families such as Chrome, and how many unique visitors, as well as the percentage of visitors who use that particular browser family. Underneath of this, we have the operating system family. You can see how many are using a particular operating system, such as Windows, Mac, iPhones, Android phones, and so forth. Over here, we have the unique visitors by browser resolution, which tells you the resolution of the browser your visitors are using to access your website, and the percentage of that compared to the rest. Next to this, we have unique visitors by device type, so you can see whether somebody is accessing your website by a computer or a tablet or perhaps a cell phone or other mobile device. And above that, we have unique visitors by browser version with the same information, the number, and the percentage. All of this information is good to know for those who manage your website to know the best way to deliver the best content to your visitors by knowing what and how your website is seen by them. We have the engagement underneath of the device, where simply you can see first-time visitors, return visitors, and the bounced visitors. Underneath of engagement, we have referral. On this page, you can see who comes to your website directly or who comes to your website through a referring website, such as a search engine or other website. You can see a chart here that we've seen previously where it divides the referring visitors and the direct visitors. And over here we have a bar chart showing a total of both. Underneath of this, we have a referral sources. This information will let you know which websites are the ones that are referring your website, how many are coming from that website, and what the percentage is. This information is good to know when dealing with organic versus advertising visitors, and where your SEO is bringing visitors in or needs improvement. Over here we have the keywords that have brought those visitors to your website and the percentage of those unique visitors. Underneath of here we have social media referrals, as well as which social media websites have brought your visitors to them. Underneath of the referral, we have entry pages. This shows you a list of the pages your visitors are entering your website through, such as your index or perhaps a blog. You can see the number of visitors that are coming in from that page, the percentage. You can see the number of bounces from that page, and the percentage and the rate. If you click on here, you can see likewise a similar chart that we've seen in the previous pages. And underneath here we have the exit pages with similar information of those pages that your visitors have left your website. This would be good information to know whether a particular page on your site may be not engaging your visitors as well as you may want. You can see the number, the percentage, the bounces, bounce percentage, and the bounce rate. Underneath of analytics, we have lead handling. You can see the notification rules right here, which allows you to set up various notification rules such as instant email alerts if you choose to receive that information. You can choose whether you want to receive daily or weekly reports of everything that is in the system as well. You can choose to send your watch list email alerts. Anytime that a company that is on your watch list visits your website, you'll receive an email alert. And you can do the same for specific URLs, that whenever a specific URL visits your website, you'll receive an email. In order to add a URL to that specific list, you simply click here and add that URL. Once it's in this list, you'll receive an email if you have this checked. Underneath of the notification rules, we have the territory rules. Territory rules restrict your lead notification to the following states or territories. This is specific for each user and only affects the notifications, not the reports. If you want to receive instant email notifications only of those who are in Ohio, perhaps, you would want to unselect all of them and choose only Ohio. Or if you wanted to exclude Ohio, simply check all of them and uncheck Ohio. Once you make your decision, you can update your U.S. territories and you receive notification. Next to this, we have an international territory assignments, which likewise restricts your lead notification to the following countries instead of the states. If you want to receive notifications from a particular country, you simply have it checked. And if you do not want to receive notifications from a particular country, you uncheck it. If you previously set certain states within the United States, you want to make sure that the United States is checked, or it will not send you any notifications on that. Once you make your selection, simply update your international territory and you're good to go. Underneath of the territory rules, we also have watch and exclude rules. Here is where you can see the watch and the exclusion list that was previously mentioned. And if you want to add a specific company to the watch list, you can add it here as well. And if you want to add a company to your exclusion list, you simply add it here as well. Underneath of lead handling, we have the basic My Account information, as well as a change of password. And here is where you would integrate your CRM. You click on CRM integration and make sure that Enable CRM integration is checked. Then you select your particular CRM system, such as LeadMaster. Make sure you contact your LeadMaster representative in order to get your security token, which you would enter here. Once that information is entered, you simply update your CRM integration, and you are now able to send these contacts to your CRM. Underneath of My Account, we have the configuration, where you can see a list and manage your users. You can access their information that you have entered into the system, as well as delete any unused users. You can see the first name, last name, and the role. Underneath of users, we have domain. If you have multiple website domains, you would add your website domain to this list, and you can divide things off in the system by domain. Underneath of domains, we have installation information. This is important to get this system working with your website, that you would insert this HTML into each of the pages that you want tracking. If you have a dedicated person who deals with this, you can also send this information to that person via email. Simply click Send Installation Instructions once you enter the information. Underneath of installation, we have the Exclude IP area, and this is where you would choose to exclude specific IP addresses. The first and foremost thing that you would want to do is, for example, exclude your own IP address so that the system does not alert you every time you visit your own website. You would simply put in your IP address and create excluded IP address. Here you can choose to delete it, or if you've mistyped it, simply update it. If you do not know your IP address, there are many tools on the internet to help you, such as ipchicken.com or even What is my IP address. Email campaigns form capture will have their own individual videos. Here we have filter companies, where you can choose to add specific ISP companies or business companies. If you specifically know that somebody is an ISP, you can manually add that particular ISP, and you can also do so in bulk. If you know a company visiting your website is an actual business, then you can also do the same for a business. And last, we have filter contacts. The filter contacts area is where you can tell the system what type of contacts you want to see within the company details. If you only want to see certain positions, you can add a filter. And let's say vice president of something. And you create that filter. And now, within the company details page, that when you click on any of the companies, you will only see contacts with this in the title of their position. This has been an overview. Thank you for watching.